Hello, hello.
And we got Coach Nayala.
Yay.
I love it. I love these ladies, y'all. I absolutely love my besties. So we are here for our weekly love it Wednesday office hours, and Dr. Lisa is gonna just jump right in there, parting the tardy. All right, but we here. It's better late than never. That's what they say. Okay, so Dr. Lisa, okay, jump on in there. Tell us what we got. What are we coaching this? What are we coaching today?
Okay, this week we have a manager that explains every single aspect of the project and the responsibilities. And then we have a senior director that's just like, we just need a decision. The teacher feels rushed, or well, I gave away, but the manager feels rushed, and the senior leader feels like we're stuck on details. Coach this.
Okay. So what are y'all gonna have to start first? Because I gotta let that resonate. I didn't you know what I'm
So
saying? I'm trying to
the
figure it out.
the leader is giving all the details step by step by step, and the person following is maybe a little frustrated. Did I get that part?
Let me restate.
Okay.
You almost got it. So we have a manager who wants all the details to be accounted for. They are given the project, they're telling you what's necessary, and every step of the project is outlined
To the T.
and to the T. All the T's and the I's are handled.
Okay.
But we have their superior, senior director, who is looking for a decision to be made.
Mhm.
They don't need any more information. They're like, okay, well, we got to make a decision. So the manager feels like they're being rushed, and they're being led to skip things or leave things out. And the director is like, okay, well, you're wasting time on minutia. We need to make a decision so we can move forward.
Mm, that one's
Well, the one thing I thought of is like, if a decision needs to be made, what details can be, like, a lot of times, like for me as a teacher, it's like I break down the breakdown. Some of the steps can be combined. Some of the things can be left out. Some of the details are really not details, but it's just a part of the process that really don't need to be communicated. So a lot of the times the details can get in the way and convolute everything. And so you just need to keep it simple most times.
mm-hmm.
From a teacher perspective, that's one of the challenges that I over try to overcome, is that keeping in mind that every detail don't need to be detailed or even outlined. Like it works well on paper and in my head, but when you communicate those things, you have to keep it as simple as possible, clear, concise, succinct. Keep it simple.
Okay.
Less is more when communicating ideas, details, format, schedules, and things like that.
Because those
So,
Yeah, because that information can come later as you begin to. Because the okay, so I'm just trying to get it together. Like, which gifts are we talking about? Because I can match them up real quick, but I want to make sure I'm coaching this right. Right?
Mhm.
No, that was good, Karma. So that lets me know one of the gifts definitely is the teacher, because the teacher is the one that's information overload. They
mhm,
got,
Mhm.
they're gonna start here, and then along the way they're gonna find some other stuff. I mean, so just details, facts. It's got to
Mhm.
make sense. It's got to be logical. It's got to be in order, and
Mhm.
everything. And so, if that person is feeling rushed, because it could be an administrator, it could be actually an exhorter of somebody who's just saying, just need a decision, or a perceiver, right? So that's what I'm saying. That person that you're reporting to could literally be either one of those that's just saying, like, I get all that, you know what I'm saying? Because that would be me. I understand. Okay. I understand all the information that you have pulled together, but I just need a decision on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and when it's going to be done by. So that way now I can be able to, as an exhorter, as an administrator, and as a perceiver, so that would be, either one of them at any given time. You know what I'm saying? And so to be the one that would have to understand that those gifts would have to understand that that teacher gift is not going to be right unless unless it really makes sense to them, that is in order, that the information is correct. Okay. And while you may want to throw out your opinions about things, that's not how they move. That's not how they move and shake. They, everything has to be factual, logical, and, and analyzed. Okay.
Mhm.
So you have to, and it can be a little frustrating when you don't know this, when you don't recognize the gifts and know the gifts. Yeah, that's what causes a lot of clashing, even
Mhm.
amongst leadership, because it could be a superior talking to a supervisor, and the supervisor going to have to, have it all laid out in order to be able to tell the rest of the team what has to happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but the higher up, they're gonna be like, you know what? Look, just blah blah blah. And I remember having a conversation with Dr. Lisa when we first started working together. I'm like, girl, can we just do blah blah blah? She was like, no, it has to go this way, then this, then this. I'm like, but then when I realized that was my problem, right? As my gifts want to just, let's get it done, let's move, quick decision, but you don't even realize all the steps that it takes, because each decision they have steps.
Yes.
Mhm.
So yes, so that's good, that's good. So again, just helping people to understand that more than likely you're dealing with the teacher gift.
Yes. And
Mhm.
then as you guys were talking about it, I was feeling all my feelings internally. And I was like, well, can we ask some more thought provoking questions? Not even thought provoking, but some questions. But the thing that comes to mind as you guys were talking, and I got out of my feelings, right? And thought about it from a teacher's standpoint of how do you implement this, right? Because you're already in that space. You're already moving and shaking and going. And then your manager is telling you, no, I just need it. Maybe asking one simple question of, okay, what is it that you ultimately need? Right?
Exactly.
And bottom line it. That's pretty much what Dr. Carmel has said and what Dean Kathy has said, is to bottom line it for them. And you can give them all the extra goodies and research and details and data and everything that you found out after that specific timeline, but ask them exactly what it is that they need within that time, so you can just give them those factual points.
That's
So that would
good,
be,
coach.
that's the how in the coach this segment, to get you past that point. And don't feel like it's like, oh, I got all these things, because then y'all then the teachers show up like this. You hear this and this and then
You're
all that
clacking on
in the
that
back.
keyboard. Clack, 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 clack.
Or they
But
saying,
I really wasn't talking about Dr. Lisa. I seen it. I seen it in the other teachers. It's like, oh, wait a minute. They feeling
But you
over what they.
described it. Like,
Yes.
the couple of times that I had seen her to put her foot down on something. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, they don't pinch the teacher. Hold on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
I love what you just said. So in other words, it would be the teacher who would have to ask the superior or the supervisor, what is it
Hmm.
exactly that you need then right now? So that way the teacher don't feel like they have to give all the data that they already put together, because they've
Hmm.
nicely put together. And no, I just need this right here to be able to make this decision. So that was good,
Yes.
Coach.
yes,
Yes.
that was
So
And
good.
that's something I that's something I learned as a contractor. So if you are working with a team, my proposals used to be whole contracts, like all the all of everything outlined and checklist and all the things, right? But when I shifted to asking the client, what are your goals? How it gets done is up to me. But what do you want to have done? And is speaks to Coach's point that
Mhm.
find out what the stakeholder actually wants to hear and what's important to them so that teachers, and I'm speaking to us now, so that we prepare the information that they need so we can answer the question, but we don't give that information too early. That is how we manage our need to make sure we have an answer for everything and that we don't ever, because a lot of times that extra information is not just so we can show up how smart we are, how much we love research.
Right.
Right.
It's because we don't ever want to be unprepared for a question that might come up.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure we have all the answers. And what happens most of the time is that we want to give you the answers first, rather than waiting for you to ask the question.
Like,
Exactly.
lay it all out. Then the way you got the whole booklet right here. So you just flip through it and find what you need, but they don't flip through and find what they need. They
You
just
know
get
They
why?
don't look at the table of
That's
contents. They don't do none of it.
overwhelming. It's
And so that's what I'm saying.
overwhelming.
The gifts, it is overwhelming. It's information overload,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And be like, just show me what I need. Like this is what I'm looking for. Show me in the book where I can find
Mhm.
this
And
information.
yes,
Meet
and
me
I love the
there.
book. Look, I love the book. It's a great reference. I love to be able to refer back to it, but I don't want to have to read the whole thing first to get my one answer. Like,
Mhm.
please, can
And
I
I'm
get the cliff notes, please?
right.
Okay.
Keywords, index, and table of contents.
Oh,
For
okay.
real, like, you know how to get around the library, right?
Oh gosh. Okay.
But you know what? But again, to that point, see,
Yeah.
that's how a teacher will respond. And that's what, even if they don't say it, they're thinking
They
it,
thinking
right?
it the
They're
whole
thinking,
time.
and it may be on their face or whatever, but no. And then, okay, it may show up on their face and everything, but you're going to still have that particular person going to be like, yeah, but I just, if you just tell me with the page number. Okay. Just
Yeah.
skip all that. You just tell me. I don't want to have to go look. And just imagine just working with people and living with people like that every single day. It
Mhm.
can be clients, customers, it can be husbands, wives, it can be children, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it could be, co-workers. And so yeah, that, guys, that's why it is so important that you learn about these gifts. It will change
Yes.
your life and how you lifing out here, and how to do life with other people, right? And so that's why we have our Clash and Connect, our Gift Intelligence Town Hall that's coming up. What's that date again?
May 13th.
May 13th. That is a Wednesday, right? Yep,
Mhm.
that's a Wednesday, May 13th. So we're gonna start a little earlier on that day. I believe we starting at 10. Is that the one? No. Oh, 11. Child, I don't know. Anyway, y'all just be
You'll
looking
get
out
the
for
information. You'll
see
get
what
the
I'm
information.
saying? See the
Hmm.
teacher, y'all. Me be like, just wait for the information. It's coming. All right. But our Clash Connect, it's going to be amazing. You guys get to come, hang out, hear other scenarios, and even offer up your own scenario that we will coach right then and there. So that way it can help you to understand, some coworker or some situations that you have where you haven't been speaking to an employee or a coworker or a family member or a friend for weeks, months, even years, that you can go ahead on and clear the air, right? And so it's amazing. So not only that, if you don't want to wait for what is that, May 13th, you could go ahead on and take the gift course, the Discover You gift course. So you can go to BestieFinder.net and slash gifts course. It's amazing, and you can be ahead of the game. And then even once you go ahead on and take this gift course, guys, you can come to the town hall, the gift intelligence town hall, and we can hash out some stuff there too, because again, right at that point, you're going to start realizing and recognizing, like, as we've seen recently with one of our personal besties that's going through the program, like, just amazing stuff that she was
Yes.
able to now connect and put some pieces together and respond differently going forward. So, yeah, I'm telling you, take your gift test. All right. If nothing else,
Yes.
there's a way they can just take the gift assessment too, right? I mean, yeah. So
It's part of the discovery course. You get the whole thing.
might as well. All right. So anyway, that's it. That's all on my side. I'm gonna go
All
look for
right.
the information. I know the teacher don't put it somewhere where I need to get it.
Index, table of contents. Noted. Got it.
Table of contents index. Right. Got
And on that note, we'll see you next week.
it. Okay.